Hello, good morning, dear children. Okay, welcome back to our class. The last class we studied about the properties of magnets, right? Which are the major properties of magnets? Yeah, first one is a magnet has two poles. Which are they? North and south pole, right? So the first property is a magnet has two poles. Then the second property we studied that the magnetic poles occurs in pairs only. That means we can separate the magnet into a smaller one, and again we get another two poles in the small piece. So the second property is magnetic poles occurs in pairs only. We didn't get a single pole in a magnet. Then the third property is a freely suspended magnet always rest in a north-south direction. Clear? A freely suspended because a magnet have two poles, north and south pole. So a freely suspended magnet always rest in the north-south direction. Okay. The fourth property of the magnet is a magnet attract magnetic substance. And the magnetic substance like iron, nickel, cobalt, steel, etc. So the fourth property is magnet attracts magnetic substance. And the fifth property is the attraction and repulsion between the magnets. The like poles of magnets are repel each other, and the unlike poles of a magnet are attract each other. Okay. The north and north are repel each other. Also, the south and south are repel each other, but north and south are attract each other. Okay, unlike poles of a magnets are attract each other. And the final property of the magnet we studied, that is magnetic induction. A magnetic substance can is act like as a magnet. That means a magnetism can be induced in a magnetic substance by bringing a magnet near it. This property is called is magnetic induction. Clear? Today we are going to studying about the important terms of a bar magnet. Okay. Some important terms related to the bar magnet. Okay, first one is magnetic poles. The first important term related to the bar magnet is magnetic poles. We know that a bar magnet have two poles. Which are they? Yeah. The two poles near the edges of a bar magnet where most of its magnetic power is concentrated are called as magnetic poles. Okay. The two magnetic poles are North Pole and South Pole. These are the other two terms related to bar magnet. Magnetic North Pole and magnetic South Pole. So, some important terms of the bar magnet is magnetic poles, magnetic North Pole, magnetic South Pole, and next is magnetic axis. The magnetic axis is a imaginary line passes through two poles of the single bar magnet. Okay, the imaginary line passes through the two poles of the magnet. Is known as magnetic axis. Okay, just a line. Look at the figure 6.6 in the page number 93. We can see that a black line is passes through the center of the magnet. Some arrow mark is there. Okay, these lines, this is known as the magnetic axis. Okay, an imaginary line passes through the two poles of the magnet is known as magnetic axis. And another term related to the bar magnet is magnetic length. Okay. The magnetic length is the distance between the two magnetic poles of a bar magnet. Is known as magnetic length. The distance between two poles of the bar magnet. A magnetic length is equal to distance ns. Okay. The distance between the two magnetic poles of the bar magnet is known as magnetic length. So, which are the terms is related to the bar magnet? The important terms of the bar magnet. First one is magnetic poles. Magnetic poles is the two poles near the edges of the magnet where most of the magnetic power is concentrated. That is known as magnetic poles. And next term is magnetic north pole. That means a magnetic poles which is always point towards the north direction when a bar magnet is freely suspended. And next important term is magnetic south pole. It is an also it is the magnetic pole which always pointed towards the south direction when the bar magnet is freely suspended. Clear? And another word is magnetic axis. It's an imaginary line passes through the two poles of the magnet. And another important term is magnetic length. That is the distance between the two poles of a bar magnet. All of it clear? Next, we are going to discussing about how to distinguish between a bar magnet and the iron piece if they look identical. How can we distinguish between an identical bar magnet and an iron rod? Okay, let's do an activity. Okay, to distinguish between a bar magnet and iron piece. The materials required for this activity is a bar magnet and identical a piece of iron. Okay, label the object A and B and hold the object A horizontally and bring the end of the object B very closer to its center. If the end of the object B stick to the center of the object A, we can see that the object B is the bar is a magnet while the object A is the iron. Okay, piece of iron piece. Okay, and in no action there is no action. The hold the object B horizontally and bring the end of the object A to the center. If the end stick to the center of the object B, we can say that object A is the magnet and object B is the iron piece. Okay, this is the simple example to prove the identical magnet and iron piece. Distinguish between them. Okay, all of you clear? Because in a magnet have the magnetic power is very less in the center. Okay, all of you understood? Okay, I hope all of you understand about that and all of you understood. Okay, thank you. Study well. Have a nice day.